Hello and welcome back to CellySZN. Before we get onto the video, do not forget to like, share this video, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. We got plenty more coming out. So with that out of the way, we're gonna go into the Man United match. Nothing really happened in this game, so I'm not gonna spend a long time on this. It's literally gonna be a few, not long. I'm literally gonna go into it now. The stats for this game. It was a frustrating watch. I will be honest with you. I wasn't happy looking at this game because both teams were wasteful. That's something I just said. I think Man United more wasteful than Arsenal, if I'm being honest. Look at the XG stats. Man United should have scored one goal, and we know the goal that they should have scored. I believe this was the Cavani chance. That's the XG that's represented here, because that's the one that accumulated the most points. So that was a good chance that they should have scored, and in all fairness, everyone was beaten, but they didn't. And the other shot that was again Cavani, both chances fell to him, and he still didn't capitalize. That is exactly what I mean by in terms of being wasteful. We were not wasteful because we didn't have the chances like that. Pepe had that one chance that he just went wide, and like I said, that was the majority of our chances, represented here by our XG. Our XG is only made up of all these little shots to accumulate to 0.75. So that we didn't have much in the game. According to those SG stats. This is the chances created stat. Again, United, a lot of this is down to the first half, because I will say United really came at us in the first half. This is what I mean in terms of the pressing. This is the main reason why I actually wanted to make this video, if I'm being honest with you. It was a frustrating game of football, especially watching United create so many chances and not take them, and watching us create so little, but yet we were not really that clinical. So when we did get the chances to actually make something of it, we make a hash of it. We don't have the personnel to really rip teams through the sword yet, because I think if we did that, we would have won this game today, because just purely because of the amount of shots that we were able to get off. You know what I mean? Like just looking at that stat alone, and we had this similar amounts of shots on target as them. All of those things were in our favor. I just don't understand how we possibly came out of this game without nicking a result. Because this game was down to be one of those games that people would say, like, let's say we got the 3 points, people would have said Arsenal actually dug deep and actually got the result. This is one of those games. They were good defensively. The next highlight is actually gonna show what I mean in terms of how they created, in terms of how quick they were off. Second minute, and it's a chance here. I think we know this one. The pressing, you see what I mean? The way that United were pressing in the first half, they were onto players really quickly. You see what I mean? Like look at that. We did that to Southampton last game. We never let them play at all. But that was them this time. So when Arteta noticed that they were actually coming out like that, that's when he started defending deep. And I'll show you here. Cavani picks up the ball. And I was so surprised by Partey not being able to make that tackle count. But anyway. So, yeah, we only seem to press when we reach the 18-yard box. So when it's around that, that's when you start seeing the tackles fly in. But if it's around here, this blade of grass, never. You're not going to see that. Rarely. Very, very rarely. So that's how we soaked up their pressure. So we only pressed literally when it was absolutely necessary. And this was an energy conservation tactic to really run United down. Because if you notice, in the second half, we were really in it. So we were in it from the second half. Going, because United were just too tired. They gave everything at us, and they just didn't make any. They just didn't make haven't even show for it. This is what I mean. Look at this. So it's got to the 18-yard box, but look at the threat. So I've noticed we don't tend to press around here. We don't tend to press around here. We press definitely here and definitely over here, but we don't press on the wings. As we can see, because there's no threat really gonna come from there. They've got every bases loaded. There's no threat really gonna come from the wings. This was the same criticism I had at them at Villa, but I didn't know that Arteta was kind of, because this is kind of similar to the Villa game in terms of the deep pressing. You can see like Isaiah is back, Martinelli is here. It's literally everyone all hands on deck. So when Pogba makes the faint pass to Luke Shaw, again we didn't go tight. They just allowed them to play whatever the game, and we were just ready for them aerially. So they knew we had them for the beating here, really, because they knew they were gonna, especially with Cavani being named on the lineup. I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with the tactical switch, because that, with him as your outlet, you're gonna have to use crosses. You're gonna have to do the wing play. So Arteta matched him like for like on that. He crosses the ball in. It ends up to Wan-Bissaka, but again, it's easier when headers are not here. It's a lot easier to defend. When they're not in the 6-yard box, it's a lot easier to defend than when they are, well, in the penalty box. So in terms of just the way we defended, that was in terms of how Arteta just counteracted every attack that they had. He had an answer, well, almost had an answer for everything. Because obviously there were 2 chances that they could have really stole the game from right from under us. And that's basically the highlights. I just want to show you Arteta's tactical prowess, but I'm not going to go just yet. I want to show you how similar this game is to the Leeds game. Okay, so really quickly, and now get out of your hair. So this is the Leeds and Arsenal stats loaded up here. So literally, as you can see, there's one massive difference in comparison with both teams. Arsenal didn't have that many shots. They were restricted to just 9. So we created chances enough to make 9 shots. When I noticed these stats, I have to admit that Leeds were actually a lot better on the night. And when I look at these stats, Man United dropped a lot of points today. Leeds are more prepared to obviously press, so we really couldn't. So it was more impressive getting a result there, and it's more, well, in my own opinion, it's more embarrassing drawing here, because we really should have punished them. We really should have. I'm quickly going to show a quick look at Liverpool, because we also faced them. So these are the Liverpool stats here. As you can see, it's the same thing. It's just Liverpool were obviously a lot more quality than Leeds and Man United. So you can see how the quality is showing through compared to those teams. Even with that quality showing through, we managed to get a goal. You know, so Arteta's tactic actually is working in terms of how he wants to press. Like, we even let them have the ball a lot more. But we lost 3-1 in this game. So it turns out that Arteta team seems to like playing these tactics. It seems to like to go into a high pressing game when it comes to a team that either are either expansive, like wing play, and so they don't tend to press them too much, or even with against Newcastle, like they knew that they're not gonna press, so they don't bother pressing them either. They just stand off them, and they make use of the opportunities that they have. Now, there's only one more game to actually bring this point to a close, and that's the Chelsea game that we faced them and we beat them 3-1. And I'm just going to go straight into the stats here. Because of the way that Chelsea set up, they do press rigorously. We let them do that again. So on this occasion, this was the turn of the season for us. And he's been doing his tactics since the start of the season. So he's actually had to be very patient and hopeful, and just basically he basically had to show a lot of consistency, a lot of self-belief, and a lot of, like, to just switch things around. If you've watched If you've watched the previous analysis, you will notice in one of the videos, especially with the Villa game, and also there was one more game I reviewed. I think it was the Brighton game, in which he always allowed El Neni to drop deep and cover and be in the centre backs and cover them. He changed that around and actually went into and used both pivots to do the defending now. So he's not just using one person to just drop off. He's now using both. So he has always been updating his tactics. This is our manager. He's literally, I do feel like, for him being this inexperienced, we've literally just seen Lampard get sacked, and inexperience is pretty much why that happened the way it did. For someone that is inexperienced like Arteta, there's a lot more potential from what I've seen, from the way that he sets up, from the way that he just approaches everything. He's so methodical. He is smart. He's really smart. We need to get behind this guy. I honestly see a bright future here, and I really hope he can keep this form going. So that's literally the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm curious to know your thoughts in the comment section. What did you think? Did you like the video? Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let your friends know about this. We got new uploads literally every day next week. Not all of them coming out next week. Let's keep it going. It's our season. It's definitely our season. It's CellySZN, and we are signing out. Take care and have a good day. Bye bye.